Hello, welcome to WFNY Radio, the station created to start a financial evolution in your mind and pocket. Thanks for joining the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor presenting information that will shift your thinking on how you can own a home or invest in one. Today's show, I will be addressing the issue of security. This came about because the other day when I went to the church that I normally frequent, they had some people come in from Not On My Watch organization who mentioned that sex slavery had actually come into the area. They mentioned that men and women are kidnapping little girls and boys, selling them into the trade. When a child escapes, they normally go back looking for that child because they know that child's patterns and habits. Listen, people, the devil is real. This is why I felt the need to speak about the issue of security. So I will not only talk about home security, but I will also be talking about personal security as well. First things first, I want to encourage all homeowners to please invest in security cameras. You can buy wireless or wired security cameras. I have several, and I also have the doorbell camera, which is also great that you can install. If your firm has applied to LifeMart, you can get a discount on any security system that you decide to purchase through them. You can contact your human resources department to see if they in fact are enrolled in LifeMart or any other special discount programs that are out there. Listen, don't worry too much about the price because the price is always something that is tax deductible. That's number one. Number two, it also lowers your home insurance premium. So your safety and security is really more important, but on the back end, you can save money if you go about looking for the products properly. Now, one tip, police officers do a free at-home surveillance of your home, meaning they'll come into your home and they can recommend products for you or what kind of camera. They're not going to tell you what brand to buy, but they're going to tell you where you should place that camera, and they'll recommend what kind of camera you should look into. Now, some of you may say, well, you don't trust the police because normally when a crime is committed in front of your home, they want to confiscate the camera. Well, they don't do that anymore. They've actually gotten a little bit more sophisticated, thank God. And they now bring a little zip drive or flash drive with them. It's normally the detective, and they'll come in to your home, stick the drive into your computer or your DVR, and they'll download the video that your cameras have captured. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I just spent $3,000 on this particular camera, and now these police officers are going to confiscate them. They don't do that anymore. In the past they used to, but things have definitely changed for the better. Speaking about police, the other thing that many of you may not know is that many police departments hold community board meetings, or really not board meetings, but community policing meetings, where you can address your concerns or you can hear what's going on in the neighborhood. Sometimes some have special activities for the children. And what I found is that when the police know who you are, they are more apt to either come in front of your home, police your home, and police your neighborhood a little bit more often than if they don't know you. Now, of course, in my instance in the beginning, when my neighborhood was transitioning, we had a problem with keeping police. That's why you need to be a little bit more proactive politically. And when I say keeping police, is that what I mean is they'd be around for like 6 months and then they'll get transferred to another department. Now that my neighborhood is a little bit more stabilized, if you will, I noticed that the police officers stay a little bit longer. Now, for those of you who do flips and rehabs, you may want to consider cameras also, because when I did mine, I know that I was robbed a couple of times. So there is something called Simplisafe, which allows you to monitor the premises of the property that you're rehabbing. You can disconnect and reconnect the service on the next house that you go to. As long as that house has electricity in it, it'll definitely work. Mine was a gut rehab, so in the beginning I had no electricity at all, so it was a little difficult. You can also use a MiFi if you need the internet, which of course can be a little bit expensive. So it's basically up to you and your project manager that you hire. Please get one that's more experienced. Don't get one that has never done a flip or rehab before, or who's never been a project manager before. In such instances as that, it really does matter. The next thing I want to talk to you about when it comes to your home and securing it is you want to think about landscaping. Just like rats hate thorny, prickly bushes, so do thieves. So if your windows are on the first floor, it's best to plant rose bushes or any other bushes that are thorny or prickly that deters them. Now, you do have some thieves that can be quite creative, but it is a definite deterrent depending on where you place those particular plants. The next thing I want to talk about, and this has nothing to do with the house, but basically just to keep yourself secure and to keep your children secure, is to think about those security cameras that you can wear on your clothes. Mind you, all of them are not equal. Some of them, for example, the ones that come sewn into your hat, some of those hats are not very comfortable. So you may want to, instead of ordering it from the internet, it may be best to actually go to the store and fit the hat on to make sure that it suits you well. The other thing that I found when I was ordering some of these cameras online is that the instructions were not always in English, or sometimes if they were in English, it wasn't translated properly, so it was very hard to understand how to actually operate them. This is why I recommend that you actually go to the store, speak to one of the salesmen, and have them demonstrate how to use this particular product. The next thing I want to talk to you about, which you may want to consider for yourself, for your children, or anyone else in your family for that matter, are several different apps that are available. One app is called Hero, and that app is being sponsored by Elizabeth Smart. If you remember, Elizabeth Smart, when she was a child, she was abducted. And so she has teamed up with this particular company, and they have come up with the app called Hero. It's a location tracking app that you install on the phone. It alerts your friends when you're in danger. It gives It gives the exact location, the exact cross street of where you are located if you become abducted. It also will automatically activate a video and audio on your particular phone to record what's going on and what's happening to you. And this hopefully will cut down on that type of crime. You also have the Megaphone app, which you can download, a free app that magnifies your voice in case you need to scream out for help. You have another app called Bugle, Bugle. This is more ideal for those of you who like to jog, particularly in parks. It has a notification system, and it links to all of your friends and your family that you have set up. I personally use an app called Bsafe, and that also notifies my friends and my family, and it also will contact 911 immediately in case I am in danger. You have Staysafe and Travelsafepro, which is for those who love to travel like myself internationally. That will also help you keep in contact with your family, and also various embassies in whatever country it is that you are visiting, just in case anything were to happen to you. Now, some of you, I know that you travel a little bit more adventurously than I do, and you may like to veer off into the woods. I am not a person that likes to veer off into the woods by myself. I normally go with a very large group. But for those of you who do go into the woods by yourself, please note there are special devices that you can buy in addition to the apps that I've just mentioned. The problem with the apps that I've mentioned is this. In the woods, sometimes the coverage is not good. The cell towers cannot reach you. So even if you're not being attacked or followed, but if you have an accident where you fall down and you need help, you may find it hard to use your cell phone in order to reach someone. So the special devices, though, I'll let you know, they do cost $500, so those are expensive. The other apps that I've mentioned are free. In addition to all of that, when you are traveling, whether you're by yourself or not in a safe area or not so safe area, please note that some of the items that you carry can double up as weapons. Your cane or walker, your belt, your pen, your umbrella, your bottles, your keys, your branches that fall from a tree, rings that you wear on your finger, rocks, bricks. Listen, if somebody is attacking you, I'm sorry. I know that many of us have taught to be respectful of everyone, but once somebody crosses the line and they're putting their hands on you, you grab whatever you can. And yes, I am an advocate for children protecting themselves against any adult that wants to do any harm or danger to them. They should grab whatever they can to protect themselves against this person. And if as soon as they are able to flee or run, do that instead of trying to be Rambo. That is my advice to everybody, both not just children, but even adults as well, because you never know if they have any other weapons on them. You really want to get away from them as fast as possible. And lastly, the one thing that I have seen a lot, notice a lot, is that with all the apps, with all the security cameras you can have on your house, that you can have on your person, nothing replaces common sense or your internal radar or instinct. If you feel threatened in any kind of way, if you feel uncomfortable in any kind of way, cross the street. If you see somebody sleeping inside of a building, of the bank where you go to your ATM to get money, and it's late at night, don't go to that ATM. Walk a little further, go somewhere else where there's an ATM where there's nobody inside, or where the people look halfway decent. I'm sorry, you have to use your common sense. You have to use internal radar, and you have to be a little bit more aware. A lot of people I see out here, they're walking in the street and they have their face in their phone. They're not looking in front of them, to the side of them. And sometimes they walk into people because they're just so focused on what's in their cell phone. That's very dangerous, especially in a city like New York. You can easily be robbed that way. The other thing that I notice is sometimes people are standing in the train and they have their headphones on. You say, excuse me, they don't move. It is bad for you to have your music up so loud that you are not aware of the people around you. Because again, you are distracted. And distraction tells thieves to come for you. And if you're walking in the street and you have your headphones on and the music is playing real loud, they know you're distracted. Of course, they may also see you as someone that they can steal and sell into, unfortunately, sex slavery, as mentioned before. But also another person mentioned to me, they used to work in the train depot in Atlanta, and they said they did inspections, and sometimes in those boxes would be children. What you've seen on the internet and heard on the internet about people selling body parts to various underground organizations, that's actually true as well. So please be careful. Please invest in your safety. That's pretty much the message that I have for you guys tonight. Hopefully, all of you who, if you're still working, please get home safe. Please be aware of your surroundings. Hopefully, this information that I've shared with you will inspire you to reboot your mind, reset your focus, and make not only smart financial moves, but to be safe. Feel free to pass this along. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.